Hey guys, it's the Belvini here, and today I wanted to cover all the information about the Taken King that we know. So this video is going to be a bomb of information. Subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up to date about Destiny, and be sure to leave a like if this video was helpful. So first of all, the new expansion for Destiny, which is called the Taken King, will come out on September 15th. In this expansion we will fight against a new enemy called the Taken, which are reskinned versions of current enemies like the Cabal, Vex, Fallen, Hive. And our goal in this expansion is to slay the Hive god called Oryx, who is the leader of the Taken. Most of the new activities will take place in a Dreadnought, which is Oryx's ship that orbits in the space. We will get a brand new raid called the King's Fall, which takes place in a Dreadnought. We will also get 4 new strikes, one of them being PS exclusive. The first strike is called Fallen Saber, which takes place on Earth, and we have to fight against a super powered Shank. So those weapons with Shank burn will at least be useful. The second strike is called Shield Brothers, which takes place on the Dreadnought, and we have to take down 2 Cabal leaders. The third strike is called Sunless Cell, in which we need to find a Hive Darkblade that rebelled against Oryx. Sounds interesting if you ask me. And the last one is called Echo Chamber, which is the PS exclusive. And 3 strikes we have right now, which are the Dust Palace, Undying Mind and Cerberus V, will be updated with new Taken enemies. We will also get a shitloads of new missions, with better story explaining and more cutscenes according to Bungie. Note that I say according to Bungie, because it's not the first time that Bungie lied to us about explaining the story better in new DLCs. We will also get a new patrol area in the Dreadnought with hidden treasures and more difficult activities according to Bungie. Finally. And as you all know, we will also get 3 new subclasses for the 3 classes in the game. For the Titan we will get a solar subclass called the Sunbreaker. Congrats Bungie for the original name. The super is called the Hammer of Soul, which gives you the ability to throw or melee with flaming hammers. I am obviously the most excited for this subclass since I made a Titan. Then we have the Arc subclass for the Warlock, which is called the Stormcaller. And their super is called the Storm Trance, which basically turns you in an electrical god that can shoot lightning with his hands. And lastly we have the Void subclass for the Hunter called the Night Stalker, and their new super is called the Shadow Shot, which gives you the ability to shoot a Void Bow, which explodes on impact. The Void Bow can only kill one enemy but suppresses the surrounding enemies, which means that the enemies in the radius can't use their special abilities and are slowed dramatically. These subclasses will be unlocked after completing missions. Each subclass has its own separate mission. Bungie also announced that there will be 3 brand new weapon factions. First of all we have Hake, which specializes in solid foundation, which means that their weapons will have better base stats. Up next we have Amalon, which specializes in better base handling stats. And lastly we have Suros, and their specialty is to have customizable and more flexible weapons. Bungie also revealed a couple of exotic weapons that we will get in the Taken King. First of all we have the Sleeper Simulant, which is a heavy fusion rifle that can deal precision damage. That thing is so strong that some even say that it will compete with the Gjallarhorn. The next exotic weapon that we will be getting is a pulse rifle called No Time to Explain, which is basically an exotic version of the Strangest Rifle. And its main perk is the following: when hitting precision shots, bullets will return to the magazine. And we will also get an auto rifle that shoots bolts of lightning as bullets, which can chain to nearby enemies. Think of it as a gun that shoots mini arc bolt grenades. Knowledgeable, we will also get a sniper rifle that can blind enemies nearby when you hit precision shots. And we will also get an exotic scout rifle named 347 Vesta Dynasty. And lastly, there will be another exotic scout rifle named Jade Rabbit, which is PS exclusive. Unfortunately, in my opinion, these guns sound freaking awesome, and I think they will be at least usable, unlike the exotics from the House of Wolves and the Dark Below. Bungie is also going to change a couple of things in the games when the Taken King releases. Like, instead of having a percentage for your discipline, intellect and strength, you will be able to see how often you can use these abilities in seconds. We will be getting more bounty slots. You can also turn in bounties via the start menu. So you don't need to go to the tower and the reef anymore to turn in the bounty you completed. Bungie also announced subclass specific daily bounties. For example, kill 20 guardians with your Hammer of Soul in the Crucible, or kill 20 enemies with your Arcbolt grenade. Not only bounties, but there are also going to be quests which are subclass specific. They are also changing the display of your quests and bounties in your inventory, making it more user friendly. The new level cap in the Taken King will be level 40, which is gained by gaining experience points. So this means that the light level system will be completely removed from the game. However, light on armor will still matter, since the more light you have, the more powerful you are. So this means that you can reach level 40 without having any light on your armor. You will be a weak level 40 though, since you have no light. You can also gain repetition and level up your gunsmith. To gain repetition, you need to complete bounties for the gunsmith. These bounties include killing enemies with a specific weapon from the gunsmith. And after you reach a certain level on the gunsmith, you will be able to order a legendary weapon that will arrive on Wednesday. And also, Bungie confirmed that Year 1 gear will not be ascendable. But they also warned a couple of times to not dismantle them, since they are not going to be completely useless. The strikes in Taken King will be divided in 3 separate playlists. A playlist called the Vanguard Legacy, which is basically a list of all strikes from the vanilla Destiny and the last 2 rounds of DLC. Then we have the Vanguard Ursa playlist, which is a list of random heroic strikes that will award players with legendary marks and legendary engrams. And lastly we have Vanguard Marmoset, pretty weird names if you ask me, which is a playlist that includes Taken King only strikes. In the Gameinformer article they also said that strike bosses will be less bullet spongy but will have more raid-like mechanic to make them a bit more challenging and require teamwork. The loot system is going to be improved, so you are less likely to get weapons and armor that you already have. Peter Dinklage is going to be replaced by Nolan North for the voice of the Ghost. Peter Dinklage's voice in the game will be completely removed, even from the vanilla Destiny, and it will be redone completely by Nolan North. Vanguard and Crucible marks will be fused in one currency, called Legendary marks. Class-specific materials like the plasteel plating for the Titan will be merged into one material that you can use on all characters. You will also be able to turn modes of light to weapon parts and class materials for reputation. Eva Levante in the tower will have a list of all the shaders and emblems you have ever owned, so you can rebuy these shaders and emblems anytime you want. This surely will open up a lot of vault space. PlayStation users will have a exclusive legendary armor set for each class. As a Xbox user, I cannot say I am disappointed. Just look at how ugly it looks. So yeah, we are not missing too much. Xur will sell a new item called Tree of Coins, which you can use to boost your chances at getting an exotic from boss fights. Not a big fan of this item, to be quite honest, since it's already too easy to get exotic armor and weapons in this game. You can also find ghost shells, which you can use to make your ghost look more special. And now we are going to talk a bit about Crucible. We will be getting 8 brand new Crucible maps, and also 3 brand new Crucible game modes. The first new game mode is called Mayhem, which is a game mode where your super, grenades and melee abilities charge a lot faster. So yeah, the name of the game mode fits perfectly for it. The second new mode is called Rift, which is basically a reskinned capture the flag game mode. And the last new Crucible game mode is called Zone Control, which is basically the classic control we all know. But in this one you can only score points by capturing flags, instead of the killing and capping combo we all know in classic control. Bungie also confirmed that Trials of Osiris will get his own bounties. There are also going to be weekly Crucible bounties, and when you complete them all, it will lead you to one final bounty, which will reward you an exotic or a legendary item upon completion. Bungie also said that they will improve their matchmaking system, and a mercy rule will be added, which means that if a Crucible game is extremely unbalanced, it will end. And the last thing I want to add in this video is that every player will get a consumable which boosts your level when the Taken King is released. It will boost your level so you can play the high level content in the Taken King. And that was all the info that I could gather, guys. I'm sure I forgot a couple of details here and there, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and if you are excited for the new expansion like myself, please be sure to leave a like. And to keep up to date with Destiny, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video.
Guardian down. Guardian
Last
down.
Guardian standing.
Guardian down.
Enemy team eliminated. Match point. Finish them off. All enemies have been eliminated. Another battle won. On to the next fight.